Today we're gonna make cinnamon rolls, and this is a recipe that's in Carefree Keto. All you need is a low-carb tortilla, some softened cream cheese. If you're lazy like me, you can just microwave it for a few seconds. And you spread the cream cheese on the tortilla. I've considered doing this with Greek yogurt to make like protein cinnamon rolls. I just don't know how that would work. So if anyone has any suggestions on going that route, let me know. What's up, Vivi? All right, so you spread the cream cheese like this, and then you add just like 2 more ingredients, and we throw these in the air fryer. So some sweetener. What's up, Dora? I love you back, Vivi. What's up, LD Brown? Add your sweetener. I'm just using Truvia, probably 2 tablespoons. And then, I just like inhaled. When I poured it, like a cloud of sweetener came up and I just inhaled it. That was intense. It is a lot of cream cheese. Like I said, if I were to add Greek yogurt, like go half and half or something, I think it could be more like calorie friendly, higher end protein. I think that would be a good idea. I just don't know if it works. I do think we could do the frosting with Greek yogurt, but whatever. All right, so we add our cinnamon, just a little bit of cinnamon, and you can do one more spread or you can just roll it all up. You can cook these in the oven for sure. Dora, yes, this is a very easy dessert. Honestly, the first recipe I ever made in my entire life, I remember I was in like 8th grade in a home ec class, and I made a pizza on an English muffin. And that is like the theme of all of my recipes as a recipe creator who sells cookbooks, is like, what is the easiest thing that like a 12-year-old could throw together? Because that is like the attention span I have when it comes to cooking. All right, so we're just rolling it up. And once we get it rolled up, Laura, yes, shout out to home economics. Once we get it rolled up, you can brush some butter on, you can cut them up and then dip them in butter. But since my plate has somewhat high edges, I'm just gonna dump it. And for the person who asked about Truvia, that is kind of, I would say fake news. Like, the study did not go into detail about how much erythritol they were consuming. Most of the scientists I respect brought up a lot of flaws in that study. Even anti-keto people were saying that study's kind of whack as far as like determining whether you should consume erythritol or not. So I'm not afraid of it, but obviously make your own decisions. All right, so this was the easy way to coat them in butter. Just melt the butter, pour it on your plate, and roll it around. The combination of like sweetness, cream cheese, butter, so good. Hopefully I'll see you make a cake recipe. That would be awesome. So the thing about a cake recipe, I was just talking about how I love super easy recipes and I don't like cooking a bunch. I just like don't have the desire to make a cake recipe, but I do think there is a time and a place to make that. Like, it would be helpful for a lot of people who watch these if I did make a cake recipe. So I would need to do some research. I have friends who are good at baking. One of them is my friend Mel. Go shout out to her app name is like Lady Mel's Kitchen. Go give her a follow. She'll like give me advice sometimes on baking. And just, I would have to do research before I went all in and made a cake. But there are plenty of recipes on Google if you're like dying to make one. and you're just waiting for me to post one, I would say find one on Google, because I'm not sure when I ever will do that. I'm sure I eventually will. All right, so you cut them up, and then you just throw them. We could sprinkle some cinnamon and sweetener on the outside. I'm sorry to all the people who dislike that I keep licking my fingers. I can't help it, the butter is just too tempting. You can sprinkle a little bit of like cinnamon and sweetener on the outside too. And then just like spread it around. I just can't keep my fingers out of my mouth. I feel like Sophia. All right. Now we throw these into the air fryer. And you put them like this way. You can't see inside the air fryer, but you put them upright. So this one's coming apart. Uh-oh. You put them upright. Like this. Two of these are stuck together. I'm gonna have to lick my fingers one more time, and then I'm done. All right. I need to re-roll this one. It is my kitchen, my rules, and Anna definitely doesn't mind if I lick my fingers, but all right, this is the last time, I promise. Into the air fryer they go. $400 for about 10 minutes. Now we make the frosting. I love watching you cook. I especially love when you have your daughter, Sophia, on with you. Thank you, Sophia is the best. She helped me with those strawberry shortcakes the other night. That was so fun. All right, I'm just getting this stuff out of my way so we can make the frosting. Actually, let's put it in a little mason jar. Frosting is so easy to make. Hey, thank you, Melina. I'm thinking a lemon glaze would be good. Do you think olive oil would work instead of butter for strawberry shortcake? I don't know if the flavor, because I've had some olive oil that has a very strong flavor. So if you're talking about like an olive oil spray, just like a general spray maybe, but if you have like a bottle of like rich olive oil, that may not be the best thing for these, or for a dessert. Do you have avocado oil? Because avocado oil has less of an intense flavor than olive oil. Like I would try it if that's all you have, but how do I get this into here without spilling everywhere? All right, so this is just powdered Truvia. If you don't have powdered Truvia, what you can do is take regular Truvia and put it in the blender. I'm saying avocado oil would be better than olive because avocado oil doesn't have a flavor. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? The flavor of olive oil? If you ever go to a restaurant and you like dip bread in olive oil, which I do occasionally, not often, but at least a few times a year. And you taste the flavor of olive oil. All right, so you can use anything. I'm gonna use some unsweetened almond milk. I liked the lemon idea too. I've done the lemon idea, a funnel. Okay, I got like 7 comments about the funnel, and I didn't read them, I'm sorry. So you can use anything to mix with your powdered sweetener. Like I said, if you don't have powdered sweetener, just blend up regular sweetener. And you just add a little bit of unsweetened almond milk, or if you have milk, we're just using a little bit, milk would be fine. Heavy cream would be fine too. And you can add, and you can like add and then whisk and then add and then whisk until it has the consistency you're really looking for. I may have added a little too much. I think I had like way too much. It's like, where did the sweetener even go? That was crazy. I added so much. All right, let me get some more sweetener. And once again, this one is gonna be even harder to pour because I should really just make a funnel. Yeah, I have oops moments all the time. Yeah, I'm supposed to just add a teaspoon. I don't know what was going through my head. I think because I was talking. Oh, what the heck? Oh, crap. I just had another oops moment. I'm not gonna lie though, it smells like straight up like Annie Ann's desserts. It smells so good. But I had an oops moment because, the air fryer paper got all bunched up. Here's what they look like right now. Alright, back in for about 5 more minutes. Man, this is terrible. I have to make a funnel. Maybe I'll use this birthday card. Do you think this birthday card will work? Oh my god, it's working! That is so cool. Alright, now we have some frosting. Jeez Louise, I added so much. I think I need to add more sweetener. Oh, you're right. I should have just spooned the watery sweetener into the powdered bowl. Man, we may do this one more time because I think this is still too thick. Unless we want to try to go the protein frosting route. It tastes so good though. It tastes so good. I don't think the amount of yogurt I would add to this would qualify it as like a protein frosting. And a lot of people do hate yogurt. Yeah, it's like a glaze. Kimber, you will love it. This is one of my favorite desserts. Alright, we'll just try this one more time to make it a little thicker. The cinnamon rolls are done. And what we're gonna do now is just spoon some of this into the sweetener. Now it's like a thick frosting. A little more. There's a real ratio, and my book has the real ratio. I don't know why when I poured the almond milk into here, I went brain dead for a second. It's been a long day. All right, guys. Now we have a frosting, and you can add some vanilla. Boom. Be careful. Sweetener of any brand, if you have a keto sweetener and you overdo it, you will get a stomach ache. It's just a law of nature. So this frosting, I could chug the whole jar, but I would get a really bad stomach ache. So, So be very careful when you are dealing with keto sweeteners and you make a frosting like this, because I could just easily chug all of this. Do you ever add salt or butter into your frostings? Maybe you could. Put it on a little plate. These smell so freaking amazing. Oh my goodness. You know what's funny? They smell amazing, but there's just like the slightest scent of blackened tenders, because I always cook blackened tenders in my air fryer. All right, guys, here we go. Now we drizzle it on. Oh yeah. And there are your cinnamon rolls. Let's take a picture. All right, that's like perfect. It doesn't have to. Maybe in the background I could put the jar of glaze. I want to get some like spilling over out of the little dipping cup. There we go. All right, this is fine. I'll show you guys the picture. Yes, that was a low-carb tortilla. Sorry, there's a glare. That's what the picture looks like. Now we taste it. Oh, these are hot. These are very hot. Thank you, Foodie. Thank you, Pam. The cinnamon twist recipe is so good. I'm glad you like them. All right. I'm just letting it cool. God. These are so good. I just realized something. You know when you eat a cinnamon roll and it has the super soft middle, like the middle is just like dissolves inside your mouth? That is what the cream cheese in this recipe does. It literally feels like you're eating a real cinnamon roll, but like every bite is the middle part because the cream cheese is just so soft and so sweet. Please make these if you guys miss cinnamon rolls. I forgot, this is like one of my favorite recipes. Mm. 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 Jen, I feel like I've blocked that person before. Let me get rid of them now. Sorry about that. But yeah, guys, please make these. They're so good. They're in my book, Carefree Keto. And the thing about portion control, just make one tortilla of these, because you would have to go through the effort of making this whole recipe again. It's not like a batch of keto brownies where it's like 7,000 calories if you eat the whole thing. It's just like 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, 1 low carb tortilla, and I didn't even use all the butter I melted, so like a tablespoon of butter. So you really could eat this whole thing. I don't know if that would be like a daily thing I would do, especially if you've already had a ton of food that day. But this recipe is pretty portion control safe because you're not making 47 servings, you know? All right, guys. My air fryer is like 6 quart, I think. 5.5 or 6. The recipe is in Carefree Keto, my book on Amazon. It's also just gonna be in the caption when I post this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you. I believe in you. Have a blessed rest of your night.